Hey, what's up, humans and freaks? I just got done watching that movie, the Jesus Revolution movie, with a friend of mine, and wow, it was a really, really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Definitely had me in tears a few times because I have firsthand experience with, Chuck Smith and Calvary Chapels and Greg Laurie, and all of that. I was saved in the summer of 2004 here in Washington State, Newcastle, Washington to be specific, but I moved to the Southern California, Los Angeles area in March of 2005. So shortly after I was saved, I moved to Southern California, and that's where my spiritual roots are, and that's where I grew spiritually like a weed, was in Southern California. And I have very fond memories of going to Calvary Chapel churches. Again, this is when Chuck Smith was still alive, because Calvary Chapel sadly died the day Chuck Smith died. So I kind of want to give a little insight, just because I have my own personal memories of Calvary Chapel and all that, and Chuck Smith, and even Greg Laurie. I have good fond memories of Greg Laurie back to 08, 09, right in those years. I don't necessarily endorse Greg Laurie now in 2023, but back then, yeah, I would. So the movie, definitely go see it if you haven't seen it. It definitely will inspire you, because that Jesus movement was real. I know people in their late 60s and stuff that are Christians that were there, physically there, when that was happening. Jackie Alnor, who she is just, I don't have enough words to say how much Jackie Alnor means to me. She is definitely one of, if not the most influential people I've met along my Christian journey in the last 18 years. She opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know. So shout out to Jackie Alnor. Look her up, guys. She has a really good discernment ministry out there, and just a beautiful person. So where should I begin? Let's see. The movie, I really did like the love story of Greg Laurie and his wife. That was really cool. That was cool. And just the roots of the Jesus freak movement, the Jesus hippie movement, whatever you want to call it. That's partly why I say humans and freaks too. So so actually, let me just say this right now. That's kind of where my I always open my videos with "Hello, humans and freaks." So let me explain what that means. It has a double meaning. So I've been saying like humans and freaks since I was in high school, and freak is just one of my favorite words. It's definitely a term of endearment. If I call you a freak, that is a term of endearment from me to you. So it's not a negative thing. So in the natural realm, human, it literally means human. When I say humans and freaks, in the natural realm, human means just that, human. And in the natural realm, when I call you a freak, that means you are somebody you're different. You're not a regular human. You're a freak. You're different, and you're different in a good way. You know what I mean? So I didn't even plan on talking about this, but whatever. I'm going to talk about it right now. So in the spiritual realm, if I call you a human in the spiritual realm, that means you're not born again. Okay, so spiritually, you are not born again. You are not a Christian. Okay, but if I call you a freak in the spiritual realm, that means you're a Jesus freak. So this movie, I was smiling and laughing at some things, because when they said Jesus freaks, I was like, yes, I'm a Jesus freak. I'll be a Jesus freak till the day I die. So that's the meaning behind my phrase, humans and freaks. It's a double meaning. There's a natural realm meaning and there's a spiritual realm meaning. So anyway, back to the movie. Just go see it. Jesus Revolution movie. Very inspiring because it is based on a true story. However, they did not tell you the full picture and full story, especially about the end, how Calvary Chapel, you know, what it morphed into and what Lonnie Frisbee did and all this. So let me just touch on it real quick. When Chuck Smith died in 2013, Calvary Chapel died because what happened was his son-in-law, very, very sad but true, his son-in-law, Brian Broderson, took over and he went the opposite direction of Chuck Smith. Okay, Brian Broderson was a wolf in sheep's clothing from the beginning. And many people warned Chuck Smith and, you know, about Brian Broderson. And see, here's the thing. Here's what's very sad and heartbreaking is Chuck Smith didn't want to think that was true because Brian Broderson married his daughter. Okay? So, yeah, you're not, you know, you don't want to think, man, the man who married my daughter is going to run my church into the ground. And that's what, spiritually speaking, that's what Brian Broderson did. Brian Broderson, total bad guy, a Christian, you know, Christian liberal, you know, he, you know, Old Testament doesn't really matter, blah, blah, blah. Brian Broderson was a hack. He's a spiritual hack. Okay. And yeah, I'm talking, yeah, just straight up rough, because if I ever see Brian Broderson in real life, I'll tell him all this to his face. I don't care. You guys know me. I don't care. So, because Chuck Smith, that was one of my favorite guys when I got born again. Chuck Smith was one of my favorite guys. I used to listen to him all the time. Love listening to him on the radio. And I visited his church. And, you know, I would go to conferences at Calvary Chapels. So this has a personal sting to me. Mr. Brian Broderson, wolf in sheep's clothing, spiritual trash. Spiritual trash, Brian Broderson. No, I'm not being too harsh. This is just the facts, okay? So this is what the movie isn't going to tell you. That's what happened to Calvary Chapel. And then Lonnie Frisbee, yeah, God used Lonnie Frisbee. Absolutely, God used Lonnie Frisbee, for sure. But the movie doesn't tell you that Lonnie Frisbee went cuckoo in a bad way. Cuckoo. He started the whole vineyard. Yeah, it says in the movie at the end, Lonnie Frisbee started the vineyard movement. Yeah, the vineyard movement is a whole entire apostate movement. It's basically like the signs and wonders and nonsense that you see at Bethel today and at Kansas City IHOP. That's it. No, it's not good. It's bad. The vineyard movement was bad. And it always will be bad. And from the vineyard movement spawned all of this spiritual toxicity. The holy laughter, the you know, they call it holy laughter. No, it's demonic laughter. I've been around this stuff in person. See, guys, you guys don't understand. I'll be 40 years old in June of this year. I'm not a kid. I may look like a kid. So, like, you know, when people, you know, meet me at church for the first time, they think I'm like, you know, mid-20s, early 20s. I'm 40 years old this June. And I've been around. I know what's going on, okay? So that one of the best ways the Lord has blessed me in my life is that I've got to see so many different spiritual expressions in the Christian church scene in America, because I moved around Southern California a lot, and I met, you know, a lot of amazing people. So guys, I know what I'm talking about. The Vineyard movement gave birth to all of these heretical and spiritually dangerous movements that are out there to this day. Bethel, Kansas City, IHOP. Okay? These places are crawling with demons. Crawling up the walls with demons. I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay? I've seen people literally shaking violently like they're being electrocuted, making animal noises and so on and so forth, and just saying all sorts of crazy... Guys, it's a circus. It's a demonic circus. So, anyway, trying to keep this video short. Go check out the Good Fight Ministries YouTube channel. They have a breakdown of this coming out. Go check it out. Good Fight Ministries. Look them up on their movie review. All right.